to climb.
It's a nightmare.
They have. Next to Old Trafford, Manchester United still in the hunt for a top four finish against Swansea, who started the day 3 points from safety. Simon Brotherton watched this one.
His win over Stoke last week was their first in 7 matches, and Paul Clement sticks largely with the same team. Ki Sung-young replaced the injured Leroy Fair during the game and keeps his place today with the Dutchman on the bench. This is Ayew. Now Ki Sung-young. Support wide from Norton, just a little dink inside Shaw, and Key with the shot, not troubling David De Gea. And look, Shaw requiring some treatment here, and it could be an early change for Manchester United inside the first 8 minutes of the game. More injury woe and frustration for the young fullback, as Antonio Valencia comes on and Ashley Young switches across to the left-hand side of the United defence. Lingard. No foul on Rooney, despite his protestations. Here's Kingsley. Now Carroll whipping that one in towards Llorente. Chance to shoot, good save by De Gea. The header from Daley Blind, Michael Carrick with an awful attempt to clear it, and the shot from Sigurdsson hits Jordan Ayew, and it's walloped away by Ashley Young, and Manchester United need to wake up here and realise the game has started. Here's Carrick, now Rooney. Martial has got Rashford ahead of him. Here's Lingard bursting into the penalty area, brings a save from Fabianski. That was better from the home team. Lingard racing through and almost guiding it home. Herrera. Lingard ahead of him. Valencia near side. Rashford in the centre. The ball doesn't come close to him. Mawson sliding in, only half clears it. Now it's Martial up against Norton. Tremendous play from Anthony Martial, who brings a save from Fabianski, who just gets both hands on the ball as Lingard was about to pounce on the rebound. Tremendous burst of pace and power from Martial. There's Michael Carrick sending it through towards Rooney. Beautifully timed challenge by Federico Fernandez. Carroll. Nice touch. Neat and tidy Swansea City here. Jordan Ayew collects. Flag stays down. Ayew away from Young. Saved by De Gea. Didn't quite fall for Sigurdsson, who was sliding in. Jordan Ayew was clearly onside there as the ball was played forward. And De Gea making the save once again. Nearly but not quite for Paul Clement's team. Martial. Into Lingard, looking for Marcus Rashford. Out comes Fabianski, makes the challenge. Referee has a little think about it and gives a penalty kick right on the stroke of half-time. Thought about it, finally pointed to the spot. The ball fed through by Lingard. Here comes Fabianski to make the challenge. Well, wasn't really much contact there with the United player at all here. I think the referee wasn't sure perhaps what to give there for a moment or two, and he's certainly given Manchester United the benefit of the doubt on that one, but if he's not sure, should he give the penalty in the first place? And with surely the last kick of the first half, he puts Manchester United ahead. Cracking penalty from Rooney. Fabianski sent the wrong way. And Manchester United, who have been underwhelming in this first half, suddenly find themselves ahead going in at the break. Rashford up against Kingsley.
Evening, we'll see 6 of the...
Valencia, collected now by Rooney. Across to Ander Herrera. Suddenly Swansea pick back. Rooney, oh, straight other than the back of the net. A great chance to double Manchester United's lead there. Oh, Bailly's got a real problem here. Daley Blind helps him out, and Eric Bailly, I think, is going to have to come off. And this is worrisome for Manchester United with that European semi-final coming up on Thursday and an already lengthy injury list. Limited options in defence, even as it stands. So Manchester United's injury problems deepen even further. Valencia. Here's Martial, chance to shoot. Fabianski makes the save. Kyle Norton gets it away. Fabianski at full stretch there. Left boot doing the job. Now Fair looking to spread the play. It's too far for Montero, but Kingsley's there to keep it in. First touch for Jefferson Montero, the substitute. Montero's left just rubbing that right hamstring, I think. He has had a hamstring problem much of the season. He's only been on the pitch for about 5 minutes. Carroll. Bit of space for Kingsley. Gets the ball in towards Llorente, intercepted by Michael Carrick. Rooney makes the challenge and concedes a foul right on the edge of the box. Ayew, the player on the deck. There it is again as Rooney challenges in the air, and it's definitely within range. What a lift it would give Swansea if they could get something here. Gylfi Sigurdsson with the kick for Swansea. Oh, it's a superb goal! It's absolutely brilliant! And Swansea City are level with a masterful free kick. What a big goal that could be in their fight for survival. 11 minutes to go. Sigurdsson placed it perfectly. David De Gea could only stand and watch. Perfectly placed. Swansea City are right back in this one. And now his team have got something to hold on to. And Gylfi Sigurdsson has now scored at Old Trafford 3 seasons in a row in the Premier League. Here's Ashley Young once more. Are United going to be held by a team in the bottom half of the table on their own ground once again? Can they get over the line? Carrick. Young. And Lingard at the far post. Oh, sticks to Fabianski's gloves. Llorente underneath it with Darmian. Darmian has been penalised. Are Manchester United going to draw for the 13th time this season in the Premier League? Or is there an added time sting in the tail? Further out this one for Sigurdsson as he sweeps it in towards Llorente! Oh, what a chance that was! And the flag stayed down and he can't believe he's missed it. And neither can anyone else. Llorente couldn't quite guide it past David De Gea.
Honestly, you have to analyze the game in the context, and the context is the 9th match of April. 810 minutes of football is not human. It's not human. So, because I don't isolate the performance from the context, I'm happy with the players. They gave everything they could.
We played very well in the first half, created some good chances, and having gone behind, didn't let it affect us, got on with it, and might have come up with all 3 points at the end.
Talk me through that free kick.
I've seen one of their players go back on the line, so I was telling the boys just to go on the goalkeeper and I was going to smash it at him. But then he came running out and I made my mind up just to go over the wall.
He left you a nice space to aim at.
Yeah, it was quite close, so all I had to do was get it up and over the wall and hit the target, which I did.
What's the news with Luke Shaw? I mean, it was only the first few minutes, and then Eric Bailly.
I don't have news, but Luke has to be a big injury, because a player to come out after 10 minutes, I'm expecting a very important injury. Eric Bailly, I hope that the injury has also some relation with 800 minutes of football in April, and hopefully he's ready.
To just concede the one goal, which was a penalty and shouldn't have been given, arguably that's a clean sheet. We had a clean sheet last week as well. We go into the next game against Everton at home, full of confidence, playing well, and fully believing that we can remain in this league this season.
Well, after he gave that interview, Paul Clement had a little bit more to say about that Manchester United penalty in the press conference.
See, replays show that the player deceived the referee. There's no other way to look at it. You could say he's dangled a leg to get the contact, but he's down before that. He's down before there's any kind of contact. The keeper pulled out of it. I'm using the word deceived. That's it. Deceived him.
Marcus Rashford deceived the referee.
Yeah,
Would you go along with that, Ian Wright?
He should have said he was Ronan Keating.
Right.
He didn't want to use the word. But he did deceive him. And you have to feel for Swansea because you're going to Old Trafford, like he said, he got a clean sheet last week. They need to get these games, and he's not touched him. He's moved the ball. The referee, to be fair, Dan, he's in the wrong position. He can't see it.
It's a bad position.
From where he's a terrible position. But
I think he did ask his assistant, to be honest. There was a delay, and he asked. I think he's asked his assistant.
But Fabianski puts his hands up.
Look,
here,
he doesn't touch him at all.
He's on his way. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, but
he's on his way down.
The other side. So if he doesn't see it and the assistant's the other side, he's in a world of trouble. He's guessing.
He's guessing. You can't guess.
We can't repeat what we just said a few minutes ago, but another example. It's just something that I don't like. You don't. Most people don't like it.
No.
For me, it shouldn't be part of the game, but it will be. So we go do what we've got to do.
Oh, there. But that's depressing, isn't it?
It is depressing because it's sad that the players are doing it. We've seen Harry Kane's where he got a penalty, he got clipped, but he still hung the leg out. We've seen this one now, where he's not even got touched at all. He's on his way down.
And Sane's.
And then we saw Sane's. If they've got to do something about it, something's got to be done about it because it's wrong. Middlesbrough, now Swansea, they need these points.
Focus on the positive for Swansea, which was a very, very good free kick.
He is a super player and technically perfect, but Herrera here, he's really bright. He thinks, I'll go back because I know, look at De Gea's there telling him, get off the post. Now, I don't think they've worked on this. I think Herrera, just being a bright lad, probably thought, I know he's good.
Yeah.
I wonder if I should go on the line and just get him to do something else. But Llorente's gone in there thinking, well, if no one comes with me, I'm on the side, I can get a free header. So they're telling him to get out because they don't want Llorente to be in there near the keeper. What Sigurdsson does is to get the technique right, of course, which is an unbelievable free kick. And you can see it better from this angle in terms of where he sets it out. He waits, he's patient because he's thinking, am I going to have to little cross for Llorente? No, he's come back.
Just gave him a little marker.
It's under pressure as well. You see the height that the Wolves jumped? It still goes in. I know Young didn't jump. I don't know why he's not jumping near the far right. He should get a right telling off for that. But I still don't. He would never.
Even if he had jumped,
no,
he would have gone over him.
He wouldn't have got it. But the reason it's such a brilliant free kick is not just because it's technically good. It's because they were desperate for a point.
Yeah.
And to turn up when you needed. He's been brilliant, actually.
OK. And as you can see from the goals he scored from the free kick there. Right, there's a change to the schedule after us. Following this fantastic win last night, there's another chance to see Anthony Joshua the road to Click.